Okay, this will be an interesting one. Right. See what we can do with these interesting things we have. So just gonna set this silly thing up. How big are we gonna make this? We're gonna go manual and we're gonna make it 340 and 340. So 340 both ways, and let's see if we can make this look good. This user interface is a real pain. What are we going to do with this? Maybe leave the contrast in the middle. We're going to actually we're not going to lighten it too much. We're just going to leave it a little light. We're not we're not making a master copy out of this, I don't think. So we're going to make this into something really interesting. Hopefully it won't curl too much. So we're still going with the black, even though there's a risk it's going to curl. So let's see what we have. It's something a little bit awkward to handle. I found these were everywhere at Westfield in Chatswood, near a Santa Claus display. It's nearly Christmas, and this is like confetti, like large pieces of confetti. So I thought I'd take some of them. Hey, they're going to end up in landfill or in the ocean anyway, so I thought I'd take some and use them for a demo. So I thought I'd do something creative with this refuse, with this junk that this shopping centre has strewn all over the place. So we want to make something good out of this shit. We don't want just to let it go into the bin or wherever it goes when it's finished. But confetti is not good for the planet. Like glitter, it was made out of much the same material as glitter. I think it's the same. It's this sort of festive sort of shit that we've known in the form of tinsel. We've just got to keep playing with the machines. Sorry, folks. But basically, this is not good for our planet. But we're going to try and make some use of some of it that would otherwise just end up in the rubbish and with no fucking use, because I just want to make use of stuff that gets discarded or littered. I try to make litter into something useful instead of just allowing it just to be litter. So I'm trying to give it something more creative. I wouldn't want to buy any of this confetti just to do this. I'd rather use someone else's mess. Anyway, that looks really festive, and you can see some interesting little reflective bits there. So I'm wondering if we're going to use this, and I'm wondering where the centre of this job will be. I'm thinking that'll be the centre, but this is really nice to use something that would otherwise be just disposed of and not seen or heard from ever again, so to speak. I mean, this sort of shit can end up in the ocean, or often ends up in the ocean, where fish and birds and turtles and other seafaring creatures gobble this stuff up, and it ends up in their guts, and they end up really sick, and then they die a really unpleasant, a really torturous death, just so that we can throw a fucking Christmas party or a Christmas event or birthday party, whatever. Weddings, parties, anything, which is the name of a rock group. But yeah, it makes sense. Weddings, parties, anything, this sort of shit. That's what it's for. Parties and weddings, parties, or anything. Sorry for not being really original. It's not my kind of music anyway. Weddings, parties, or anything. Anyway, let's see how we go with this. We're just going to punch out two mirrored versions, but we're making use of something that otherwise would just end up plain old being thrown away. But we've got to stop using this shit. I know we like to have fun at parties, and it's always like a part of a party to have tinsel. Well, this is the same shit. This is tinsel, and tinsel, I think, is what the glitter is made out of. Except glitter is a lot finer version of tinsel. It would be regarded as a microplastic, so it's not good for the environment. But we're making use of these, and we're not throwing them on the ground. We're just going to throw them in the bin and hopefully and hope and pray that it doesn't end up in the ocean where I've just spoken about. So we've got to dispose of this really thoughtfully. Pity it can't be recycled. But anyway, we've now taken a negative and we've turned it into a positive, if we use a bit of a cliche saying. So now I think we can call this quits.